Hi everyone, this is a technique. I posted a photo on Flickr, fine. So I'm going to show you how I did the technique where around an 8x8 I fitted slats, like that kind of barrel slats going all the way around, and I got 24 of the tiles around. I did this to help someone on a Facebook group. A lot of the original ideas about using the detective's office technique with the Technic track, the problem with that is the tile goes around the outside edge of the Technic track, so as soon as the Technic track opens up for a bigger circle, it squeezes them together and you can't use them anymore, so you need something different. There's a lot of techniques for round towers where you have a core stacked that rotates slightly, but they start to use up a lot of space. They have to get very tall. So I'm going to show you how we're going to cheat a little bit in order to get 24 edges in just 4 studs high, or thereabouts. So we've got our 8x8 circle here, and we're going to put a brick in the middle. We're going to need that tube, so make sure you don't use it with like 1x2 plates or anything. And we need to build 4 of these. So this is 1x2 with side studs, 1x2 plate, 2x2 plate, and then 2 rocker hinges. And make sure you see which way the rocker hinges are going, and they're going to go around the edge there, like that. I'm going to build another layer, except this one's going to put it on a 4x4 with a brick, and we're going to build the same again, except instead of being at the top like that, these are at the bottom here, but it's essentially the same one, and they're going to go this way up on here. Okay, now in order for the 2 layers to align, we need to create a buffer that can also attach them, so we use a round plate, and this one's got to have the one stud in the middle, because that's got to go into the one hole there. Put that in there, and then they will clutch, and if you see we put them at 45 degrees, they should interlock quite nicely. And the layering with those plates was to ensure that the top layer of studs here is in exactly the same position as the bottom layer of studs there, so they're all aligned. Now's the fiddly part. We basically need 4 of these and 4 of these. This little structure that I've built here is 1x1 with clip and a 1x1 round with the shaft on it. You can do it with 1x2s, but you would have to, which is a more common brick, but you would have to make your slats 6 tall in order that they can occupy this space here. We're going to integrate them into the sides to keep it as short as possible. So you need 4 of those and 4 of those, and the way that they fit is that these ones here go here where there's the gap on this layer. That goes there, and if you want to angle that away and then angle that in, and that's, then on this one you're actually going to go up the other way up, so that that's at the bottom, and that fits into that gap there. There we go. And you will find that there's a certain amount of coaxing involved in making this technique work. It probably, if someone did the maths, they'd probably find it doesn't actually fit. But I'm not bothered about that. We're not worried about that. We're worried about how it looks at the end. So getting that angled in there a bit. Being particularly compliant. I find that it's hard enough getting these round bricks into kind of, they've got to kind of press into the area that the hinge brick occupies, the rocker, which does mean it's a bit tight. If you do it where you layer these just above here, you've got loads more space and it's a lot easier to do. But we're trying to do it in the minimum space possible, just so that you know what the solution is if you are tight on room. And what that does is has the effect of filling all of the roughly 1 tile gaps in between all of those rocker hinges. which means we can now put plates around the rest of them. And when we turn it around, what we should find is it's a little bit rickety, may require a little bit of suggestion to work, but what we have is our slatted barrel technique with 24 slats going all the way around an 8x8. There you go. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you find it useful. Happy building.